Hello, fifth graders. Time is flying by. Can you believe it? Today is already Thursday. Means tomorrow is Friday. Week 33 is almost over. Our iron mask is faceplate is printed. I'm trying to print the jaw today. The jaw is supposed to take 14 hours. Let me show you what the print looks like quick. Here is what it's supposed to look like. The red representing the chin. Oh, can you see that? Sorry, it's all blurry. Whoa. What happened to it? Oh, the chin or the blue representing the thing that supports it, and the red is the actual chin. So that's what I'm trying to print. It says 14 hours. It's going to take 14 hours. So again, I'm going to have to leave it at the end of school if it's looking good. So we'll have to see, right? All right. So we're in week 33. I remember, I think, what you're finding and what I saw yesterday when I worked with all of you, and it's so good to see all of you, is that you do recognize the stuff. You're like, oh yeah, I know what sum means. I know what difference means. I know how to subtract. I know how to multiply by a exponent. But then you're like, do I remember what to do? Can I put all of that together? And that's kind of what the end of fifth grade is about. It's being able to take all of those skills and put them together for one problem. And I know you can do it. It takes some practice. So let's take a look at some other things we've got. Yes, the Iron Man thing. There's your little doggy. If for some reason you weren't at the meeting yesterday and you didn't know, our fifth grade number one first thing that we ever 3D printed, and you guys will be legends. You'll be on the wall for this. Is Sir Squishy Paws. Oh, I put Sir Squish Paws. I got to fix it. Can I fix it right now live in front of you guys? Oh, I can. Sir Squishy Paws. There we go. Updated and edited. Sir Squishy Paws. Love it. So let's dive into setting up our notes. Then we're going to do the problem of the day, okay? So we are going to take a little bit of math notes today, so have no fear. All right, let's make our lines down, our 3-column notes, because we are an AVID school, right? AVID school means career and college readiness. Today, I believe, is the 29th. Oh, wow. Second to last day. Almost May. Second to last day of April. Let's put POD for problem of the day. Let's put snow cone review. I stopped putting what day we're on because I forget. So we'll just go with that. And let's put May 13th and 14th. Why? What is May 13th and 14th? That is when you need to know all of this. That's when we have the big test. And then we'll probably, to be honest, go into the next week a little bit. And then we will have our little party with our snow cones or our popsicles and do everything for all of those kids that could show me their notes, show me their proof paper, and show that they've tried their hardest, okay? So you have your POD. Now, the POD, the problem of the day, is going to be a lot like a problem of the day that we had yesterday, okay? So I'm going to dive back to that. All right, here we go. So here's the problem of the day right here. What is the difference of 76 times 10 to the fourth power and 6,246? Okay, so we have difference. Got to remember what difference means. You know, I called on a couple of kids in fifth grade yesterday, and they didn't know what these 4 words meant. You guys can't see it, sorry. What these 4 words meant. It's right on your flashcards. Product is multiply, quotient is divide, sum is add, difference is, well, I'm not going to tell you. You have to get that one. All right, and then you guys know that how do you multiply by an exponent? We talked about that and went over that yesterday. So go ahead and take some time and try to work this out. Also, you're going to have to know to do something across zeros. So either pause the video here or so that kids can actually give answers in class at home. Maybe pause it so that you can actually work out the problem and then come back and check out what we got here. Okay? All right. So here's the actual problem. First of all, what does difference mean? That's going to be important. Difference tells us what to do. We need to subtract. Difference is the answer to subtraction. Then we have 76, and how many zeros? That's right, it tells you right there. Just add 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then remember, we put a comma every 3. So we always start on the right side. 1, 2, 3, comma. So we have 760,000. And it tells us what to do, subtract. So we're going to subtract. And then we subtract 6,246. All right. Now let me grab another little piece of paper here. I'll grab a sticky note. Look, if you have nothing, can you take 6 things away? No. Go to borrow. If you have 0, can you take 4? Nope. Need to borrow. Need to borrow. Need to borrow. Finally, when we get to the 6 here, is when we have enough. So we cross out the 6 and borrow from it and make it a 5. Now this will become a 10, but then you're going to have to borrow to this one. This one will become a 10. You'll have to borrow to this one. That will become a 10. So the trick, you guys, when they're all zeros like this and you know you need to borrow on every one, you just cross it out. It should be a 10, but you make it right into a 9. That should be a 10. Make it right into a 9. Why? Because I have to borrow right here. This should be a 10. Make it right into a 9. Now, do I make this one a 9 or a 10? You'd make it a 10. Why? Because look, you don't need to borrow anymore over here. Dab sneeze. Okay. 10 take away 6 is 4. 9 take away 4 is 5. 9 take away 2 is 7. 9 take away 6 is 3. 5 take away nothing is 5. And then the 7 take away nothing is 7. And then there's your comma. So what is the difference between 76,000 times 10 to the 4th power and 6,246? It's 75,000. Oh, no. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Messed up. I feel like I did something wrong here. Let me relook. We got a 4, a 5, a 7, a 3, a 5, and a 7. Oh, 1, 2, 3. The comma just goes there. Thought I had something messed up there. Okay, let's transition now from here to our flashcards. Miss Smith and Miss Lindsay, I'm really noticing that kids are not studying these, and these really are the key to what we're trying to do. These right here, okay? We're not going to go, actually we are going to go on. We're probably going to go on to this page today. Okay, so actually let's start with this page. So I think this is page 5. It could be page 6. Could be page 5. And we're going to cross a couple of these out that we don't need, okay? Let's cross out this one. Let's cross out this one. And let's cross out this one. Like, we can't see it. Okay. Cross out those 3, and let's go over this first sheet, and then we'll go over the other ones, okay? All right, so this one says, write the sum of 4 and 6 as an expression. An expression, remember, does not have an equal sign. So what you have to know on this one is, what is sum? You better know. It's add. So then what do you write? You just write 4 plus 6. That's it. Look. 4 plus 6. You're like, it equals 10. Nope. Don't put equals 10. Because an expression, what you're really being tested on here is, what is an expression? An expression is not like an equation. An equation has an equal sign. An expression does not. So it's just 4 plus 6. Done. Easy. Okay, how about this one? What is a value that will make this true? Less than 18 but greater than 0. You guys got quizzed on this last week. It's anything greater than 1. So 1 1/2, 1 1/3, 1 1/8, 1 99 hundredths. Write each as a decimal. What? What is a half of a dollar? See, you have 3 1/2. What's a half of a dollar? 50 cents. So this is 3.5 or $3.50. Okay? Now, let's think of basketball. I know you don't all play basketball, but in basketball, how many quarters are there? Or in football, how many quarters are there? Or you don't like sports analogies? Let's try money. In money, how many quarters are there? There's 4. So 1/4 is really a quarter. So how much is this? $4 and decimal 25, 425. Now, if a fourth is a quarter, how much would be 3/4? Think of money. 3/4, $5.75. So let's look at these again. 3.5, $4, 4.25 or $4.25, 5.75 or $5.75. Okay, we've been doing a lot of these. 500, 3 100ths, 40, 7 1,000ths. All you'd have to do is reorder the number. So if you take a look, you guys have done this. See? You don't have to memorize that number. Oh, my 3D printer's making weird noise. One sec. Okay, still looks okay. The base thing, the main layer that it's laying down looks weird. That's why I'm a little stressed. Okay. Look at this one. Bonus one. Feet in 1 mile. How many feet are in a mile? Uh-oh. Those were in your notes. We haven't studied it much, but in case you want to know, 5,280. Last one. What product, first of all, what does the word product means? Multiply, right? Product is multiply. What could I multiply 4/5 by to get 20/20? So if I put a time sign here, what would I have to put here and here? Well, I'd have to put 5/4, right? Because 4, multiply straight across. 4 times 5 is 20, and 5 times 4 is 20. So the answer to this one would be multiply by 5/4. Let's take a look, make sure. Yep, multiply by 5/4. All right, let's go back to page 1. I'm going to go through these really fast because I actually want to get to a little bit of notes today, okay? And I got to get going here on this video. So here we go. Length times width times height, base times height. How many inches in a foot? 12. How many ounces in a pound? 16. How many meters in a kilometer? 1,000. How many centimeters in a meter? 100. Stuff over people. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Factor tree. Go over on the X, up on the Y. Repeated adding, or put it over 1 and multiply straight across. Okay. Sorry, printer was making weird noise again. 12 divided by 5, multiply straight across. 4-box area model. Start with the whole number, end with the whole number, start with the fraction, end with the fraction. Stack it. 3 divided by 4. Remember, all the answers are on the back. You don't need the actual answer. You just need these words. Stack it like that. Okay? Multiply straight across. How do you add decimals? Line up the decimal. Ignore the decimal. Multiply normal. Count the numbers behind the decimal. Put the decimal straight up. Divide normally. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Multiply. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, or 10,000. And square, rectangle, rhombus, trapezoid, parallelogram. Boom, look at me. I know these. What is a parallelogram? Parallelogram is a 4-sided shape with 2 sets of parallel lines. Oh, here's another one you can cross out. Let's do our triangles. We have a right triangle. All sides are the same, equilateral. 2 sides are the same, isosceles. No sides the same, scalene. What is a line plot? Let's just take a look at it. It's easier. Remember, it's just a line, like a number line with x's above it. The x's represent however many things there are. Product is multiply. Quotient is divide. Sum is add. Difference is subtract. Where's the letter B? That's the regular tens, right? Place value starts right there. We go ones, tens, we're done. What's the D? The only one I ever asked you to memorize, the 1/10. If you're going to multiply by 1,000, all you have to do is move the decimal. 1, 2, 3. You divide by 100. You move it because there's 2 zeros. 2. 1, 2. And what's missing here? 600 thirds. Okay. So if you get your notes back out, right? You still have these notes. You have all this space. I wrote the problems on the back. You don't have to go to the back. You can do it right here. But I'm going to show you a couple problems we're going to go over. Okay? First one we're going to go over is this. How many meters are in 3.72 kilometers? So why don't you actually try to do this? Give kids some time to try to do the problem before I go over it. Little clue, how many meters are in a kilometer? This is why we memorize these. Now we have to actually use it. Okay, so we have 3.72, and there's 1,000 of these, right? So we have to times it by 1,000. Uh-oh, now it's another flashcard. This is why we study these fifth graders. It's this one right here. How do you multiply by 1,000? Oh yeah, you just move the decimal 3 times. Let me do it in red. Let's move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So we get 3,720. What's 1,000 times bigger than 3? 3,000. It makes sense. All right, let's do the next one. Prime factorization. Which card is that? That's this card right here. See? Prime factors. How do you do this kind? So kids, go ahead and try it. If you all sit there blankly like I don't know, okay, it means you don't remember. All right, let's try it. Remember, you make the factor tree, and you say, how do you make 12? You say, oh, I know, 3 times 4. And then you go to the end of the branch, remember, and if the number is prime, you circle it. Well, what is a prime number? A prime number is a number that only you can multiply by 1 in itself. So 1 times 5 equals 5. The only way to make 5 is 1 times 5. Let me give you another example. 11. How do you make 11? 11 times 1 is 11. Are there any other ways to make 11? No. That's why it's prime. What about the number 8? Well, you could have 8 times 1, 2 times 4. Since it has 2 ways to make it, it's not prime. So 3 is prime, we circle it. Go down to the end of this branch. Is 4 prime? It is not. So if the number is not prime, you have to make branches from it. How do you make 4? Oh yeah, 2 times 2. Go to the end of the branch. What do you see at 2? 2 is prime. Go to the end of the branch. 2 is prime. Now, the end of all of your branches are circled, so you are done. That's how you know you're done. It's 3 times 2 times 2. That's the prime factorization. All right, let's try another one. Miss Smith and Miss Lindsay, you probably forgot how to do prime factorization, which is okay. We don't do it much. Let's try the number 24. So everybody take some time, try to work it out in class. Try it 24. All right, so let's try this one. 24, I'm going to do 2 times 12. Now, someone else out there goes, no, I did 6 times 4. I did 8 times 3. Okay, it will still work. You'll still get the same answer. You'll see. So you go to the end of the branch. Oh, 2 is prime. I circle it. Is 12 prime? Nope. How do you make 12? 2 times 6. You go, I picked 3 times 4. It doesn't matter. It'll still work. Circle the 2 because it's prime. How about 6? 2 times 3. Go to the end. Oh, prime and prime. So the answer then for 24 would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. But these could be in any order. If your order is different, it doesn't mean you got it wrong. Here, let me just show you one more time. Let's take the number 24 again, and let's pick a different one. You say, I don't want to do 2 times 12. Okay. Which one do you want to do? Okay, 6 times 4. Okay, 6 isn't prime. How do you make 6? 2 times 3. Prime, prime. How do you make 4? 2 times 2. Prime, prime. You still get 2, 3, 2, 2. 2, 3, 2, 2. It's the same. All right. Ooh, dividing. We haven't done these in a while. Dividing. How do you do this? Let's think of our flashcards. You see how these flashcards are working. Remember, it's right here. Start with the whole number, end with the whole number. That's right. 6 divided by 1/4 is 24. Done. But, look at this one. I tried to trick you guys. Because this one looks almost exactly the same, doesn't it? Look, I use the same numbers. But on this one, your brain's got to go, wait, it's not start with the whole number, end with the whole number. This one is repeated adding or put it over 1 and multiply straight across. You get 6/4. Anytime the top is bigger than the bottom, we divide. 6 divided by 4 is 1 remainder 2. Bottom always stays the same. And anybody that really wants to be advanced, you do 1.5. All right, last one. See this one right here? How do you add decimals? Oh, Mr. Manderfeld, I remember, I think. Oh, that is our theme for the week. Who does remember? I know somebody does. It's right here on your flashcards. That's right, line up the decimal. So if you remember back to this, really what we did is we look how many numbers are behind the decimal. You see how this has 2 digits, a tenth and a hundredth, 2? This one only has 1. The easiest way to make sure they line up is to add the 0. Now they has 2, and then literally we just line it up. Look. See how it's lined up? And then you get 8, 2, 7, and you're done. So Miss Smith and Miss Lindsay, if you guys have more time in math, what you can do is give examples of all of these. Make it like a little mini quiz. Just same kinds of problems. Also, you're going to see ones like this and a few problems of stuff we've already done, 5th graders, that was on the snow cone prep test last week or quiz. That will be on tonight's homework. So check out tonight's homework. And I look forward to seeing if our Iron Man jaw turns out. And I really look forward to seeing you guys all next week.